Have you been at that place where you needed a word? And maybe on your teacup, you see, it's time.
Society today says it is intuition, the voice you hear within you.
Hello to you out there. It's another moment on Let It Be with Susan Uzono.
And I'm Lysias and Susan.
All right, we're always excited to be here. Where are you listening to us from? We would want to know. Well, just in case this is your first time watching and listening to Let It Be podcast, I need you to know that if you've ever been at a place where you really needed the word, then this is the right podcast for you to listen to. We come to you with a lot of, experiences and, issues as well as, encounters that would further strengthen you and put a smile on your face.
So, in case you have not subscribed, please, this is the right time to do that, and also hit the notification bell too, so that you'll be notified anytime we drop any new video. Also, feel free to share your own opinions also, and also comment in the comment section. We'll learn a thing from you also.
That's right. Together we'll make this thing work. We really need you to do that. Well, today we'll be talking about something amazing, something that you've not paid attention to, but these are things that happen around us. It's about divine direction. We want to call it the power of direction and guidance. You see, what surprises me, Alicia, is the fact that as powerful as guidance is and direction, there are people out there that still don't like people to tell them what to do. I mean, some people just feel that, you hear sometimes, you hear children and kids shout, "Don't tell me what to do." And we even see adults say, I've known this thing for so long, don't tell me what to do. Do you think that we're in a society where people really don't want people to tell them what to do, even if it is the right thing?
Well, the truth is that in a society like ours, you definitely find people of different mindset, different opinions.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but number one is this: we learn every day.
Oh yeah.
So, if someone is telling you what to do, I rather believe that you take it that is another way of learning how to do the same thing you've been doing for a lot of time, for you to learn how to do it in a different way.
Okay.
So, but the truth here stands that I feel, this is my opinion now, that anyone who refuses to be corrected or refuses to be given advice is a proud person. That's my opinion. I stand to be corrected.
All right. That's simply amazing. Now, the angle that we want to look at is the divine direction from today is the fact that have you been at that place where you needed a word? And maybe on your teacup, you see, it's time. And okay, maybe you just shifted that and say maybe it's your mind. And then you're walking and see a billboard that says, "Now is the time." So for me, it looks like on that very day, everything is pointing you in one particular direction. I've even had a situation where I literally asked, "Oh, God, give me a sign." And then all of a sudden you hear somebody talking, and then the person says it's time, or the person says, take the right step, or return back to your first love. I've had a lot of encounters like that. Do you feel that in the world that we are, there are things that are divinely arranged in order to make sure that you don't miss your step, and in order to help you make that decision, further just push you in the right direction? And I'm saying this because I want you to tell us if you've had any experience like that.
Yes, the first thing you have to understand is it exists.
Oh.
But you see, in our society today, there are a lot of words that is used. And some people will not want to say it's divinely orchestrated. Some people will not want to say it's divine instruction, divine direction. So our society today says it is intuition. The voice you hear within you. Other people will say their conscience. All right. So the thing is that it has happened to me not once, not twice, where I want to take a particular decision,
Yeah.
And then deep within me, I just get a nudge that, no, don't do this, do this. You understand? For me, that was divine. And then again, there are some times that I had some issues and I really to get another person's opinion, But before I could reach out to the person, just like you said, I was on my way out, and then I just heard people discussing, and then someone just said, if na me, I no go do that himself, I go just leave am. It got to me. Even though what they were discussing wasn't what was directly
Targeted,
targeted
directed at
at
you.
me, but
Yeah.
I took it as a cue, and I
Oh.
changed my mind. I didn't go through what I wanted to do.
So some people may say it's just those people searching for confirmation. How can you say, there are words that just jump to you? But the truth is, we've seen even on social media, to set up a page, you need to find a word that reflects what you're doing.
Of course.
You maybe you're in a situation and you want to read a book. You go and you check the cover,
Uh-huh.
and what is written there is what will direct you. So we cannot rule out the fact that words are actually used for to direct us and as a guide to what we want to attain. So whoever is out there saying, no, maybe it's just your intuition, it's just your mind, oh well, then I love that mind, I love that intuition, because it has really contributed in where I am now. And that's why we're shouting out to you
Whatever
today.
it is, if you call it your intuition, you call it your conscience, I think you should listen to it more. Yes, because it's guiding you on the positive path. You get, so it becomes like your special advisor, as it were. So if your intuition, your conscience is always giving you advices, always leading you in a good path, then you need to, of a necessity, continue to listen to your voice, your better voice of reasoning.
And that's why we want to know if you've ever had that kind of encounter. Maybe you're in a seminar and then you just hear a word and you're like, yes, that's what I've been looking for. And it just triggers something. Maybe it's just a confirmation for the next step you would take. Or maybe you were even in church and then you heard the word, and that word is for me. As my pastor would say he jumped at you. That word is for me. These are things that just act as a guide. I believe strongly that even if you're at a point where you're saying, oh, maybe I don't have a mother, I don't have a father to direct me, there are things around you. Maybe you should just open your eyes and see there are things around you that would definitely lead you on the right path,
Yes.
on the right way. Because we're being specific here, that it is on the right path. Because I also realize that when you're also angry and everything, there are still words that would come to want to derail you and make you do otherwise. And that's why you must be careful. We're trying to say that it must be something that would add to you and something that would direct you to do what is right, as
Yes.
it were. What is right, not just for you, but what is right also for the next person. You okay? So at this moment, I wanted to also know something. We're talking about guidance now and direction. Do you think that in this our world presently, the youths, because I believe strongly that those that have walked a path are there to ensure, their stories are there to ensure that we don't make our mistakes, and our feet don't slip, as it were. So, but do you think that in this modern world now, the children, our youths, the people that are growing up with us are receptive to advices? You hear children calling their parents old school, and some saying that you don't even know the things that are happening. Do you think that being a guide, or giving advices to someone, is a function of age?
Well,
What's your own
the,
concern?
the truth about it is that concerning the youths, they look up to someone. All right. By that person becomes their mentor.
Oh.
So even if they don't have direct contact with this person, what they are doing right now is watching the person's life.
Oh.
Some of these people, some of them have books, of the steps they took, what they did, how they got through difficult times. So irrespective of having to meet somebody one on one, you still have their books. You could go online, you could search them out, you could watch their stories,
Okay.
what they did, how they got to where they were. You understand? So more or less, those are, for me, that is also guidance also,
Okay.
because you really don't know much about this, and then there's someone who is excelling in that particular field, and you're looking up to the person and possibly taking the steps that individual took in that particular field.
Yeah, I feel that the emphasis on direction, especially mentorship in this modern world. It's really has really reduced as compared to the times that we were growing up. I believe strongly that now the youths can just make money on social media. It's so easy for maybe a 15-year-old to make millions, and there's just this mindset we have to do. That we feel that it's just about the money. I mean, if you have the money, then what else do you need? But I know fully well that advices are something that would really, really guide you on this journey. So I feel that our youths are not that receptive, and children are not that receptive, but by and large, we're here to say that these things are very important.
I feel they are receptive because going online to see someone um, successful
Yeah.
in a particular field, and that alone inspires you to work hard. For me, I feel that you have taken the person's advice, even if the person did not tell you anything directly, by
Okay.
striving to do better, by becoming a better version of yourself. So
Okay.
you are being receptive, whether passively or not, whether you know it or not, you are being
Okay.
receptive. Some
Okay.
certain information is being passed across to you, which you look at and it inspires you. So somehow you become receptive to that
That's
person's information.
I understand now. That's a valid point somehow.
Somehow, yes.
Yeah, as long as it produces,
Mm-hmm.
then I mean the message has been passed. I like that. I like that. So I don't know if there are advices that have that's hang on. There are some things that you acted upon, or some words spoken even by parents that you just walk on, and it just becomes a tool. For me, if you know me, everything I say, I just remember what my mom will say, what my dad will say. So but I don't know if you can just mention one or two.
Yes, I can remember my late father when I was getting to the university
Okay.
telling me, he said, I have lived my own life. This is your own life now. And you have the opportunity of molding it to becoming what you want it to be.
That's right.
So he said, the decision rests with you
Okay.
and not with any other person. So the same thing happens today. Who you become today or tomorrow, you are involved. You are the one taking the decisions. You are one deciding which path you are going to talk. Irrespective of the kind of information we have online, you still have a decision to make for yourself and ask yourself, what is the outcome of this decision? What will be the outcome of this action if I take this path?
Wow, wow, wow. For me, I remember strongly my mom saying, specifically, when you rejoice with other people, you will have a reason to rejoice. That's talk. That's talk. And she would always say that whatever you sow, you reap.
Yes.
So you need to be careful. Another thing that may sound awkward, but has always motivated me also is a word that says every dog has his day. I remember that, and then for every conversation, I also remember always saying that when the time is ripe. She says it in my language, but man, when the time is right, nothing can stop it. So she believed in the right timing for everything, and that has really, really been a bedrock for me. And another thing that also sticks, I'm just trying to recollect, is the fact that when you give good, you attract good.
Yeah.
Like regardless of the situation you're in, when you give good, good will come to you. So you don't go just find yourself that, oh, this person did me right, so I have to know. When you do good, when you give good. And then in marriage, I also have an advice that I work with, and that's the fact that if one spouse makes up his or her mind to work out that marriage will stand.
Yes, of course.
That marriage will stand. So these are some of the advices that has literally stuck. I don't know if you have more.
No.
Okay. So what we're saying now to you is, what's that advice that's kept you going? What's that direction that you got? The question is in two phases. Do you relate with what we're talking about when you are at a point you just hear a word? It could be from a song, it could be a write-up, it could be a poster, it could be a billboard, and then a voice just, you something in your spirit just got activated because you saw a word. Let us know, share that word with us, it may encourage us. And then the other side of the question is, what advices were you given and you living true to that advice? What would your parents say? What would your mother say? And as Christians will say, what would Jesus do? That we all must have a guide. You just can keep running along and acting like it's just you and it's a new world. Whatever you're currently going through, somebody has passed there and somebody will pass there. So that hence the need for direction, hence the need for guidance. Very, very important. It is also said that when you don't give your children the word, then they would go after the world. So it's really, really very key for us to hammer on some of these issues. Very, very key.
Yes, it is very key because life in itself, you see, number one thing is that nobody knows it all. And there are people that have lived longer than we have and have experienced a lot of things that we have not experienced and have gone through some challenging moments in their lives and have come out because of either an advice they got or something they put into practice that actually changed their lives and have realized that you want to succeed, you want this, you want that, there are processes you need to take. Okay, so the place of advice, the place of divine direction, the place of guidance cannot be overemphasized. As long as you are alive, there are a lot of things that you don't know about, and there are a lot of people out there that can actually guide you, and so you don't make the kind of mistakes that they made.
Okay. I just something just dropped in my spirit. Can you share one result you got from sticking to an advice or carrying on with an advice? Can you share one result you got? Something that you can look
Yes,
back
that
and
was in school. I was going through a very challenging time with a particular course, and I couldn't understand. I couldn't really understand the course, So I got in contact with a senior colleague of mine. It was about 2 years ahead of me, and I said, "See, guy, I'm having challenge with this course." The only thing he told me was that he said, "See, the best way you can deal with this course is read the notes and then step aside out of the note and form your own opinion about it." So when I went through it that way, initially I didn't really understand what he was saying, but when I read the notes and then kept the note, stepped aside and then tried to visualize the arguments in the note as if someone else were arguing about it, it became clearer to me and I was able to pass that course.
oh wow. For me, sitting down here is a result. Because there are a lot of advices when you find yourself in a marriage, and then maybe you have some issues here and there. So many advices, but man, if you can say me sitting down here, that's a result I got from sticking to the fact that when you give out love, you will get love in return. And don't let situations change you. You take a stand. Don't let when somebody comes against you, just be you. Don't be you. By all means, have that power within to make sure that the things around you don't change. If you're a loving person, if you're a kind person, you do you, and don't worry, the results will show by the end of the day. So, and I'll always make sure that I forgive. I just let go and let it be, and what will be will be. That's the truth. So these are some of the things that have also kept me going. Just as I said, we would also love to hear from you. I would always say, and I don't get tired to repeat this, you never can tell who is listening and who is reading the comment section. So be sure to drop your comments below. Let's know, what's that word that has talked loose, and what did your mother say? What did your father say? Well, what did your pastor tell? What did your neighbor tell you? What did a friend? What did you see from a book that has brought you thus far? I believe that's something for us to also learn from.
Yes, please share your comments, share your opinions. Let us know what your thoughts are. It will guide us also, and it will also help someone out there listening and reading your comments.
I believe that now you believe in divine direction, just as this podcast is. Let it be. It may just be a divine direction for someone, but this is all we have for you today.
So, Please, if you have not subscribed, please do well to do that. Hit the notification bell and also wait for our next video.
Yeah. Be sure to watch another video.
Bye for now.
Yeah, I remain Susan Uzono. Bye for now.